Hello and welcome to a new edition of Interviewers Irene. And today my wonderful guest is Simon Cox. Welcome, Simon. And you will talk about your movie, um,
Invasion Planet Earth. You forgot, didn't you?
Independence. No, it's fine.
That's
I
okay.
still remember your old name.
I know. It's been weird for me too, changing the name.
I know it's been a while, and I'm happy that I was there from the beginning to see your development. So, and thank you so much for joining us and talking about it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. I started fundraising in 2012, so that was a long
Um,
time ago. I was just a boy.
uh, could you tell us a little what it is about?
Okay, well, it's a science fiction film, Invasion Planet Earth, obviously, and it's a kind of a War of the Worlds scenario, but with a bit of twist. It's about real human people caught up in this drama and how they react to it, and um, that's all I can say really, because it's not what you expect, but it delivers what you would want from a good sci-fi movie.
So it has a surprise ending, so we won't
It
spoil.
does, yeah, but I can't even tell you that.
Of course not.
No spoilers, no.
So what stage is it in now?
Well, after all these years, we have finished the film. There's certain things I can't. It's really annoying. I can't say certain things, but here in Britain, we have um, we have a theatrical release. So it's going to be in some cinemas. It's only small
Right.
theatrical release, uh, and I'm not quite sure of the date yet, but it should be in roughly December. And then after that, it will come out on DVD here in the shops and what have you. Um, However, I am talking to an American distributor. It's early days, but I'm hoping it'll be available to get in America from the spring, from probably about April next year, if all goes to plan.
Oh wow,
So
that'll be something to look forward to.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, it's been a lot, as you know. I mean, you backed my campaign years ago, didn't you? I think you chipped in.
yes, yes.
Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you. Um,
And I try to keep up with all the updates too. So,
oh, that's brilliant.
um, is it part of a series or do you have any other projects too? Or
To be honest, it's it's just the one film. I want to do other films, but for me it's a real passion project.
right?
I As you may have seen on Facebook, I'm a big fan of Star Wars or the original Star Wars.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to make a Star Wars film. But that's basically it.
Right.
And you know, I'm over I'm 54 now, and it's taken me years. However, um, I wrote the script. Believe it or not, I started it back in 1999,
Wow.
and I'd already made a feature film, just before that. So I was quite an experienced filmmaker, but I found it very difficult here in Britain to get it funded or for people to take it seriously. And what would happen is I would raise funds in the traditional film industry way, and you'd get so far, and then somebody would drop out, or this would fall apart, and it kept falling apart. And it wasn't really until 2012 when I was so fed up with promises and nothing happening, I thought, you know what, I'm going to crowdfund it because Kickstarter and Indiegogo and Facebook, they were all quite new, and Twitter. And so I just jumped in and started crowdfunding it. I couldn't raise everything I needed in one amount, so I did 7 campaigns, Indiegogo campaigns over 2 years, and raised about a third of the money. Which that's where you helped, but that brought in investors who then gave me a bit more money so we could finish it. But it's taken me years, and it's still low budget, and I could have done with a lot more money, but it's we did it. And it's fantastic. I'm very pleased with it. Very, very pleased with it. So I can talk. By the way, I'm a good talker. You get me talking, I won't shut up.
So when did the actual filming begin?
Um,
And
well,
the casting of actors?
okay. The way I worked out that there's in the film, there's the hero and the heroine at the beginning of the film, and they come together, they have a scene together, but then she goes in one direction and he goes in another direction. So the way I was able to do it was to do it like two separate films, her story and his story. And what I did was I focused initially on her story when I was crowdfunding. We cast the girl, the lead lady, Lucy Drive, who plays the leading lady. We raised all the money for her scenes, shot all of her scenes, and that was that started in about 2012. And then I think it was 2014, it took forever. 2014, I then cast our leading man, Simon Haycock, and the other guys that are involved around his story. And then and then we managed to raise a bit more money, but it took months. And in June 2015, we then shot his side of the story. And so I was able to edit it together. But then being a science fiction film, it's full of special effects. Then began the years of special effects. So we'd have everything. Honestly, it was a monster. It took forever.
Right, that sounds like that definitely, but I'm sure it will be amazing, just like Star Wars or Star Trek or any of those other movies.
It's a lot of fun, and it's very
Yeah.
70s and 80s. It's kind of got that,
Right.
it's not like a modern dark sci-fi. It's a very entertaining, exciting, fun, fun
Uh,
film. So,
yeah, that sounds good. Um, you mentioned you did another project before you wrote the script. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
yeah, certainly. I made a feature film. It was a very low budget feature film called Written in Blood, which was a cheerful little number. Uh, but it pops up on TV occasionally. I don't know if it's been in America. It's been in South America. I'm not sure if it's been on over there. It's a very British
I,
uh, kind of thriller. It's okay. I'm not sure it would work too well in America because it is very English. Hello there.
oh,
Whereas
I like it. So I'll have to maybe find it on Amazon Prime or something if I can.
yeah.
Um, so do like after the release of this movie, do you have anything else planned or would you
Yeah.
take a break or
No, don't break. No, no. I'm running out of career. We need to get on with it. No,
right, right,
I've got a little thriller, which is quite a low budget film, and which I should be able to do in about 6 or 7 months. So we're thinking about doing that one next, and then I've got another very, very big, ambitious science fiction film, but I'm hoping we'll get more funding and it will happen a lot quicker than Invasion Planet Earth has taken. So that's where I'm at the moment, and I'm up for directing some television over here, some UK television as well, which would be quite nice. Um, it's just good to have have a big movie like this out because doors are starting to open slowly. I can see it at last. So
yes,
very
right,
good.
yes. Um, besides, like aside from your filming career, do you have any other interests?
Not really. Yes, yes, of course. Well, I love film. Okay, I'm very passionate about film. But I have a lovely wife who's an artist, a painter. She's very, very good, and I support her a lot. And we have two children, two girls. Um, but no, no, seriously, I'm a bit shallow, really. I just love film. That's all I think about, really. That's a strange question. I wasn't expecting that. No, there's nothing else. That's just film and writing. I like to write scripts and things, so I keep, I'm very busy. Very busy.
Wonderful. Do you have any advice for future filmmakers?
Oh, yes, I do. I do actually. Um, I spent a lot of time waiting for people to give me a break, and it, nowadays we don't need to wait for anybody because we can go out and we can make our own films. You can write your scripts, you can make your own films. Um, Even you can make films on a phone, and potentially, technically, if you get it right and it's a good film, you can potentially sell it. So the doors are open. So don't wait for people to give you permission to do the things that you're passionate about, that you really want to do. And that's not just filmmaking. I think that's in life. That's some advice. And
I agree.
focus on telling good stories. Just tell really good stories. That don't copy other films. Tell the stories that you want to tell. I suppose that's advice, if that's helpful. Because you're writing, aren't you? You're script writing, aren't you? Is that right?
Yes, I've done some written books and working on my script, but yeah, it's a slow process, and also I have this biostatistics job, so I have to juggle everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same. Having to work, paying the bills is hard.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Simon. It was a pleasure having you.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice. And thank you for your support. You've been
Uh,
really, really good support of mine over the years.
Hoping we can have you again too sometimes with the thriller or the US.
Well, maybe when the film's released, I'll happily,
Okay.
just Skype me anytime.
I will. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. All
And
right.
thank you for joining me for another interview with Irene. Bye.
Pleasure. Bye.
So